Gone are the days of putting your house on the market, getting 37 offers in 12 hours, selling for $60,000 over asking with no inspection period and a free 4-month lease back. Yeah, that's not happening again anytime soon. But if you are considering selling, as the inventory rises, what are your options? Is it the time to sell? You know I love my data and statistics, so today I'm going to be coming at you with a lot of facts and figures, but it's going to be helpful for you as a seller if you're on the fence about whether or not you should sell. Inventory is the major driving factor of today's market shift. Simply put, the more houses that are for sale, the more choices buyers have, the longer houses take to sell, and the less they're going to sell for. Before you panic, remember, this is not 2008. We are not about to drive off a cliff like Thelma and Louise. We are instead returning to a normal market. Think 2018, 2019. Things were good, houses were selling, but maybe they didn't sell within the first 30 seconds. As a consumer, you probably hear certain terms thrown around a lot. Inventory, market shift, days on market, and I want to kind of break down what that means for our Gainesville and Alachua County area. Let's start with inventory. Inventory has been the main driver of the real estate market in the last couple of years, and it's still going to be the driver for the next few to come. In 2020 and 2021, historically, we had some of the lowest inventory we'd seen. We, at some point in Alachua County, had under 4 weeks of inventory. What we're seeing in 2022 is a very steady climb of inventory. It's happening slowly, but it is shifting. In fact, according to our local MLS, in January, Alachua County had 996 active listings. As of June, there were 1,279. The reason we're not driving off of a cliff is because we didn't go from 900 or so listings to 5,000. It's an incremental shift, but a shift nonetheless that's giving buyers a little bit more breathing room, and it's taking away your upper hand just a little bit. Currently in our area, we are just over 2 months of inventory. Earlier this year, we had about 4 weeks, and now we're around 9 weeks for single family homes. It's a small shift, but a shift nonetheless. And what I want you to think about when it comes to inventory is that the seller's market hits an equilibrium and we shift from a seller's market to a balanced market at 4 months of inventory. Well, guess what? Alachua County is halfway there. Now, here's the other interesting thing is as inventory climbs, the market does tend to shift and cool a bit. But I want to keep harping on the fact that we are not taking a cliff dive. In fact, we can even see that prices for homes are still increasing. The difference is they're not increasing quite as quickly. As you can see by this graph, this is data pulled from our local MLS for Alachua County. Prices generally are rising. Over time, you can see that natural trend line that just continues to go up, though there are some dips along the way. We had a massive dip in 2008, but since then, while we've had some dips and challenges, the general trend is that prices are going up. And you can see in the last year or two, that trend line is continuing to increase. So prices aren't necessarily going to drop, they're just not gonna rise as fast as they have been. Let's shift into another term you've probably been hearing quite a bit, days on market, or also median time to contract. This refers to the amount of time it takes to go from when your house goes active on the market to when it's under contract. According to Florida Realtors, the median time to contract for single-family homes in the Gainesville-Alachua County area is 6 days. Last year, this time, it was 5. Again, it brings it right back to that incremental shift. It's nothing crazy that's happening, but it's a slow shift over time to normalize a really insane market. When you look at that slight rise in the median time to contract, you compare that to the rising inventory we're seeing in our area and the fact that prices are still on the rise. What it tells me is if you're a seller and you're thinking about listing your house, it's time to have a conversation like yesterday. It's time to talk with your realtor and get really clear on your options. Gone are the days of sticking a sign in the ground, overpricing your house, and telling buyers that that's where they should start bidding. Odds are you're not going to get 28 offers in 2 days anymore. And what we're seeing is, according to Florida realtors, pricing right is becoming even more important because new listings are up 4.8% over this time last year, but pending sales are down 12.4%. So you see the trend? More houses are coming on the market, higher interest rates are pricing out some buyers, and some buyers are just plain tired, which is causing this market to correct, which it should. 2020 and 2021 were not sustainable. But if you're considering selling your house soon, the longer you wait, the more leverage you're going to lose in today's market. It can be hard to be a seller in a shifting market. Nobody has a crystal ball. Is it best to sell now? Should you wait and see what happens? Generally, the data and statistics seem to be pointing to the fact that if you need to sell, now is the time. And the longer you wait, the more likely you are to have a little bit of FOMO with your neighbor across the street who sold last year. In fact, if you are worried about the fear of missing out and that's keeping you from selling your house, don't miss my next video on why it's still a really good time to sell. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.